A 2016 news report inspired Jessica Bueler to change the world.
4 teenagers who escaped civil war in their home country of Syria were attacked and injured outside their apartment complex on Hodemont Avenue.
Instead of changing the channel or turning the page, she picked up the phone.
And I called the owner of Renouche, a Syrian restaurant in the Del Mar Loop, and asked him if he was familiar with what was going on at the Hodemont apartment complex with the Syrian refugees. And he told me he was very aware of the situation, and he helped put me in contact with a Syrian pediatrician who helped me meet the Syrian people and to figure out what items they needed most. As they're getting a job, as they're learning English, one of the things that they don't have are shampoo, conditioner, lotion, regular things that you would have in your bathroom and things that you use every day. They don't have those items. So I went ahead and put out a post on the Nextdoor platform to let people know that we were doing a Thanksgiving toiletry drive in 2016. We had so many boxes and bags of donations, we didn't even have a place to store them all. So that's how Welcome Neighbor STL was born.
Welcome Neighbor STL is an organization that brings out the best in people. Understanding the plight of another person and finding out how they can be helped is the heart and soul of the organization.
You don't need an invitation to do the right thing.
Doing the right thing and doing it at the right time is helping countless refugee families thrive. Refugees often spend months or even years in camps in their home countries. When they land on American soil and arrive in St. Louis, they're placed in temporary housing. The apartment complex is in a crime-filled area of the city. Living conditions are less than desirable.
Bed bugs, it had cockroaches, there were shootings, IV needles laying around. It was just not a safe place to be. So we started a GoFundMe account and was able to raise $20,000 to help move the Syrian refugee families out of that apartment complex.
With their large family, Reina Alayed and her husband Nazar didn't want to move from apartment to apartment. They were able to buy a house.
My husband was work really hard. Last year on September, my husband tried to go to the bank and ask about the mortgage. The most important thing is just a safe area. This is our house, our neighborhood. Now we feel this is our country.
Welcome Neighbor STL works with refugees from any country, but a majority of the families are from war-torn Syria. After the families find safe housing, Jessica finds out what else they need. While men find jobs, women are at home with the children. They don't know how to drive and often don't speak English.
They have no past work employment, very few opportunities for them where they can create a meaningful income for their family.
So Jessica had the idea to host supper clubs. The women cook a traditional meal from their home countries. An event is held in a donated space. The women keep 100% of the money raised.
This provides them a way to be able to earn as much money in one night as they might be able to working 1 month of a minimum wage job part-time. So it's a way that they can be valued in their family, contribute financially, and also bring people together. And when we break bread together, we bring people together.
The supper clubs are wildly successful. At the events, immigrant families practice English and share their culture.
Coming in American for before 3 years and 4 months.
I want to send my family money. She wants to send our family money in our country. Let's make a little bit money because I have my country, our country, have problem. I want to send my our mother's money. This is very good. Jessica make it very nice.
I can say she is actually the only one who stands next of us. Like for me, the most important thing, know the wonderful people through Welcome Neighbor STL. We are lucky with that here.
And then the supper club events abruptly stopped as much of the world shut down. But the needs of the families didn't stop, so Welcome Neighbor STL adapted once again by doing some different right things.
Here you go. And we're not charging you any money because today's World Refugee Day, and you are a refugee, so this is my gift to you.
Oh.
Instead of in-person events, pre-ordered meals were distributed in a drive-through event on World Refugee Day. Virtual cooking classes were offered by a Middle Eastern chef. And in a partnership with Swift Printing, the women earned money by sewing custom logos onto masks. A lifeline in a time of uncertainty has been the Family Partnership Program. Welcome Neighbor STL has paired local family partners with refugee families to provide one-on-one support.
A lot of our families are feeling overwhelmed, misinformed. The parents' English is very limited, and so they're not understanding really what to do. And our families often are quite large, and the parents don't know the importance of communicating with the school districts to know what their children need to have in place in order to learn online at home. So we are trying to provide tutoring from our houses to their homes. Another daunting piece is the filing of unemployment, and several of our volunteers are very good at the technical aspect of unemployment filing, so they're training other volunteers in order to call the families, walk them through that unemployment process.
Helping others is a deeply embedded philosophy in Jessica's life. Her family calls it leaving the ladder down.
When you become successful, you leave the ladder down for others to follow up behind you. And that you don't stand on the top of the mountain and you say, shout to everyone, look what I've done, see what I've done. But instead, you leave the ladder down for as many people to follow up behind you so that they can become successful as well.
The women cooks are leaving the ladder down as well. As part of a program with START, St. Louis Teens Aid Refugees Today, they've prepared meals that are delivered to the homeless in downtown St. Louis.
If you see somebody who's hurting, then help them. We can make a significant impact to improve people's lives so that their lives are better, their children's lives are better. The secret about Welcome Neighbor is that there is no secret. It's just volunteers of people getting together and doing the right thing and realizing that they don't need an invitation to help someone when they're suffering. You just jump in and you do the right thing.